It's human nature to always want more. Even though you know that you don't need it, you'll always want that little bit more. When I bought my E92 M3 recently, I realized, yes, it's extremely fun, but it's not necessarily the fastest of cars, especially with the manual transmission and my manual skills. I'm not beating anyone in any races in that. Literally, a Camry could pull up to me and I'll probably lose from a dig. So that made me realize we're gonna have to keep the M4, and that is gonna be the fast car that we race people in. So it's a sunny day, we wanna go to the mountains or the beach. Of course, we're taking the E92 M3. But when it's 2 AM and we wanna hit that Mexican freeway, of course, we're gonna take the M4 to go give out some chops. Luckily, I'm in a blessed enough position to where I can own both of these cars. I was gonna sell that one and just buy one replacement, but at this stage, we're keeping them both. The M4 has a stage 1 plug-in tune at the moment, and yes, it is fast. It still beats a lot of cars. It can always be faster. And that's what we're doing today. All of this stuff is gonna end up in that car, and it's gonna be beating not just sports cars, but supercars. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Performance Nick video, AKA your favorite BMW YouTuber down here in Australia. And today, we're gonna fall back in love with that M4, because recently buying the M3, I'm making videos all about this car. But that was the original car on this channel. A lot of you fell in love with this channel and my car through that thing right there. So I need to fall back in love with it, because I'll be honest, I'm getting a bit bored of it. But today, we're gonna make it crazy, we're gonna make it stupid, and we're just gonna make it a lot more fun. One thing I'm huge about as a creator, whether it's now or when I've got 1 million subscribers, is promoting people I would use myself. And the 2 people I'm collaborating in this video, I would have used them even if we weren't collaborating. First one being Elite Euro Performance. They're pretty much the biggest name in BMW tuning in Australia. They've got multiple 1,000+ horsepower F80s, and I think they've got the fastest G80 in Australia. So these guys know how to work on a car, and the parts themselves I got from my favorite Australian manufacturer of BMW parts, Mode Auto Concepts, and I've got them all back there in the boxes, and we'll go through them shortly. Let's first run through the current mods already on the F82. So we do have these cone intakes under the hood. The car is also lowered, it's got better coilovers all around. We've got the full M Performance exhaust system, and like I mentioned, it's got a stage 1 BM3 tune. But to go to stage 2 plus, we need a few more parts which are in these boxes. So like Christmas Day, let's rip them all open, even though obviously I've had a little peek, but let's rip them open together right now. We'll start with the smallest and work our way up. Inside of our first little box here, we have got the in-house mode-made J-pipe. Now, if you're gonna get the J-pipe, you need this one as well. What these things are our upgraded charge pipes. Same thing, these are actually in-house mode-made, if you can see that, and they're nice and metal compared to the plastic ones. We're getting a little bit heavier now inside of this one, which I'm probably most excited for. We've got our mode design, as we can see there, mode design downpipes. Now these, there's 2 of them of course, here's our second one. They've got dogs, if you know what I mean. No meow meow in these. These ones, they're gonna be very, very loud compared to what we've got now. And we've got the biggest one, last, the mode top mount intercooler. This thing is heavy and very bulky, but that's what you want of an intercooler, because it can keep things nice and cold. If you don't know anything about cars, I'll quickly explain what they're gonna do. The downpipes themselves, they just open up the actual exhaust system, so there's less pressure, more sound, and more power can go through. The top mount intercooler, once you start tuning the car, it puts it under a lot of immense stress and heat. Now, of course, you don't want hot air going through the engine, and if it does blow up, well then you'll get a coolant milkshake, which you don't want either. And the J pipe and the downpipes, these ones is where all the boost air comes through. So again, when you turn up that boost quite a bit, they're very prone to crack, because the factory ones, they're just plastic. I must say, it is a pretty cool full circle moment, because back in the day on my 335, I used mode parts. Now, we're working together on the big boy M, the real deal, and we're using mode once again. Now, if you know about the S55 and modifying it, you're all saying, Nick, you forgot about the Crankhub capture kit. You don't need the Crankhub capture kit. It's a myth by the government to take your money. Yes, we're doing the Crankhub capture kit. If you're going stage 2, definitely do it. I was stage 1, I was fine, nothing went wrong with it. But when you start pushing power like this, the chances go up a lot. And for those who don't know, if you mess up your crank hub, you can literally destroy your engine. And without an engine, yeah, the car's not really much use. So once we put all these parts on by Elite Euro Performance, they're also gonna tune the car on their hub dyno, and we're gonna see how much power they can make. I'm hoping to make at least over 500 horsepower. That'd be great. 650 Newton meters of torque, that'd be great also. I don't know if I'm being realistic or not, but we're definitely gonna see. So now it's the following day, got a fresh little fade, if you could notice there, not hiding my hair behind the hat, and we're on the way to Elite Euro Performance, the last time driving the M4 before it's a lot faster. And honestly, like, I don't get how it's going to be so much faster. This car is already really fast, as we can see right now. It's spinning through second and in a little bit into third, and once it hooks, it definitely books. So stage 2, I'm just so excited to see what the difference is going to be. You might have also noticed my magnetic paddles we did a few videos ago, but one last pull for the road before it's all gone. Time for bigger and better things. And we have made it to Elite Euro Performance, the best Euro shop here in Melbourne. M4 is here, we've got C63s, Supras, and inside of there, they're building the fastest G80 in Australia. Over 1,500 horsepower, full drag pack, everything. So I definitely trust them just to stage 2 my car if they're making the fastest G80 in the country. Let's enter the dungeon of Elite Euro Performance, and there are all the European cars, including the personal M4. It's right there on the hoist, ready to get worked on. But let's talk about the big beast first. 1,500 horsepower G80 M3. Are you kidding me right now? Look at this turbo. It is humongous. Everything on this car is built. The driveline, the engine, the transmission, the lot of it. That's a perfect G80 on slicks all around, of course. They've got their in-house dyno, which we'll put the M4 in later on this video. And then on the hoist, they've got other G80s, including that one under the tarp, which is over 900 horsepower. They definitely make some fast cars. Let's not get sidetracked. We're here for the M4. Here are all the parts that we went through earlier, and these are all going to go on the M4. You'll make the engine bay look a lot cleaner and, of course, make the car a lot faster. I feel like a kid in a candy store right now, just a little bit older, because look what is inside of their showroom. You've got fully built engines here. You've got all different cosmetic parts as well for all different types of cars. The paddles, like the ones I just installed. And then, of course, you've got all the actual performance parts also from Mode and all different types of brands. We've got full Venturi carbon intakes, and we'll just break my way into those because they're like $5,000. We've got the same intercooler which I've got going in my car today, and all different cats, downpipes, everything you could want. If you left me in here with an unlimited budget credit card, I'd probably spend like 70 grand. I might have to talk to Umberto the owner and see if we can chuck one of these in. This right here is the scary part that all us S55 owners fear. We know it as the Crankhub. This fails in 2 ways. Umberto just explained it to me. 1, this will spin, or 2, the bolt itself will actually get loose, come out, and then, well, it's going to destroy your engine. But to prevent that, Elite Euro Performance and Mode Auto Concepts themselves are providing this bolt capture kit, and that goes on there and it bolts in as well. So it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to get bolted in, so the bolt, it just won't leave. It's staying in there. This bolt capture kit is a preventative mod. Now, it doesn't make it bulletproof at all, but for the money, this part itself is $275. It takes about 4 hours of labor to do, but it's going to make your car pretty strong. From stage 1, 2, 2+, this is pretty much all you need. But it doesn't make it bulletproof, and if you want to go single turbo or stage 3 or just push crazy power, you need to go to the next step. It's actually pinned in, so that cannot spin or come out at all, and that as well is secured with the bolt. So this makes it bulletproof. Only problem, this goes up to about $2,800, and it's about 3 days of labor to install. So if you want a bulletproof S55, by all means, but it's a bit more expensive. But we're not going to make 1,000 horsepower, we're just going stage 2. So this bolt capture kit is all we need, and at least now I can sleep easily knowing my Crankhub isn't going anywhere. So now, Crankhub is safe, rod bearings are safe. I've got 2 unreliable BMWs that might actually be reliable now. And the guys at EEP are straight to the point. They came to let me know that my diff bushings are getting a little bit weak, not breaking, but still getting close. And also I've got a minor oil leak as well. So they told me that from the get-go. They're not going to spring it on me later. The second they put the car up, they let me know. I've got to say goodbye to my car, leave it in the hands of Umberto and Elite Euro Performance. They're going to spend all day working on it, and we'll be back at the end of the day where it's on the dyno. We'll get some dyno numbers and we get a little reaction drive. And good thing, I think they're based in Mexico. I didn't say that. The weather has completely changed because we live in Melbourne, so now it sucks. But we're back at Elite Euro Performance. Car's on the dyno. Let's see what it can do. And now it's time. The car is on the dyno. As you can see here, they run a hub dyno to get the most accurate reading. And oh, this is exciting. This is exciting. Will we crack that figure that I want, that 500 horsepower? I'm sure we will. But this will be telling us the truth. It is ridiculously loud. I don't know how I'm going to get used to this, but you know, it's fun, I guess. We do 3 runs in total and we get an average to see what the power's really like. I don't think you guys understand how loud it is in here. It might be because we're inside, but this downpipe made a huge difference. It is loud. So now we've got the car, it's all done. The car sounds a lot more aggressive now. You can hear the turbo spooling up because we've got the downpipes now. And well, I haven't even pushed it yet. Honestly, I have not. I took it around the block just to tune in the burbles. But you're gonna get my live reaction right here, right now. I have to give a huge shout out to Umberto and EEP. They've been a pleasure to deal with. Jeez, okay. All right, let's chill out. Let me go somewhere a bit safe to push it because this thing's gonna wanna dance. I'm gonna keep MDM on because traction off apparently is gonna be an absolute tire fryer. And I'm in an area I'm not familiar with and I don't wanna get the car impounded straight away. All right, we're gonna give it the first pull. Second gear pull, MDM on. Oh my God. You're just holding on, like I'm literally just holding on for dear life. This is so much faster than the M3 will ever be. Even if I supercharge it, I think this is gonna be faster than that. This thing is quick. And even he said, if you go E85, full on E85, you can see another 50 to 60 kilowatt on top of that, which is like another 100 horsepower. We're gonna do a full traction. I'm gonna keep MDM on. We're gonna keep MDM on. If you guys are convincing me, I know you guys are all commenting, oh, turn traction off. All right, traction off, gear 2, and well, I might let off if we start spinning everywhere. It sounds so good. Oh my God. All right, traction off. Let's give it a shot. Oh, it's so good. All right. Should we try? Let's try first gear. This is stupid. First gear, let's try. It's like I'm driving on ice. This is awesome, I love it. Good thing, it's actually a lot more controllable than I thought. Like it's spinning, but you're not like fighting it left to right. You're just kind of guiding the car, but it just takes 1 millisecond and you're in a pole. But anyways, oh my God, this is so addicting. This is so addicting. All right, MDM back on, second gear. I love this, I love it. Have I fallen back in love with this car? Wait till next video to find out. I'll take it for a proper drive. But so far, I'm happy. I've got to drive over an hour to get home, but once we get back, I'll show you the dyno sheets. He's put a few maps in here, so I can actually run E85 partially, and also the other things I had to do going stage 2 and what the costs are roughly like. And you guys see exactly what that is from the last video. It's that exact same tunnel, different car, a lot of traffic, but you know, I'll make it work for you guys. I'll do a little baby pull. Holy shit! That is just silly, man. Of course it doesn't sound as good as a V8, but that is loud. Oh yeah, it honestly makes a difference. That M performance and downpipe combination, it's nice. Oh, we might do one more boys, one more. So we've made it back home and the drive was a lot of fun. As we can see, Elite Euro Performance, that's who it's built by. Of course, we've got the new intercooler on top. We did put a bit of foam because it is pressing against the bonnet itself, but that's because it's so much thicker. We've got the J pipe down there, so we've got the new charge pipes here. You can't see it, but down there, of course, we've got the new down pipe as well. It's a completely different beast now, so let's run through the dyno sheets, and I've also got a comparison from a stock dyno to this stage 2, the maps, and I'll also show you the other work we had to do as part of this stage 2. First thing I want to do is show you guys the maps, because that is awesome. I didn't know they were doing this, so it's pretty cool. Anyways, let's start it up. We'll open it with the valves open, have a listen to a nice little startup. That is loud. Jesus. Now on my Speedo itself, when I press and hold the resume for the cruise control, it will show me all the different maps I can play with. So on my regular stage 2, this one I didn't know about. I can do 10 litres of E85 plus 98, and then this one that's gone back to complete stock power, like a valet mode. So I can play with these 3 different modes, and we're definitely in the next video going to try it out with a bit of E85 in there. I think Umberto did that on purpose, just to give me a little bit of a tease of what a little bit of E85 looks like, and what difference it will make when I'm on full E85. And this is the results from the dyno. Keep in mind, this is a hub dyno, so it's the most accurate reading you're going to get. Not like a roller dyno, this is the true readings, what you're getting at the hubs. There's no interference. So as we can see, you've got 384 kilowatts. That's about 515 horsepower and 707 Newton meters of torque. But like I said, that was the average of 3 runs, and the individual best run I got was higher than that, of course. We got 394 kilowatts, which is total 529 horsepower. So of course I'm going to be flexing that I made 530 horsepower at the hubs. To all you brain-rotted kids, that sounds like nothing because you're used to the Hellcats of 800 horsepower, but let me show you the difference that this made from stock. So a stock F82 M4 on the dyno is making 277 kilowatts. Compare that to 384 we had today. So over 100 kilowatts difference, and that's this much horsepower. And also the torque, over 200 Newton meters different, or actually 199.9 difference Newton meters. We can see the difference there in the torque and the power as well. It is a big difference from stock. And this is all the work we had to do in total because other things popped up like I mentioned. So we have installed the downpipes, the charge pipes. We have also installed the J pipe and the intercooler. This is the crank bolt capture. So I've upgraded the spark plugs as well. The rear camber shim kit and the wheel alignment, which means it doesn't kick out as much into a lot more controllable power. Obviously the hub dyno time, the tune itself, the workshop actually installing all the parts, and we also had to get new coil packs. Umberto noticed while he was testing out the car that the power was a little bit lacking and he couldn't figure out what it was, and then we found out it was the coil packs because obviously they've never been changed. Car's done 80,000 kilometers, so that's pretty standard. So let's compare the sound from before and the sound now with the new downpipes. As much as I talk about moving to America as a car guy, you don't have these things in America. You know, we ride these to school, all you Americans and Europeans, you know, we just ride these around. It's a crazy thing, like, look straight to the left, the house is right next to it. Like, this is right next to people's houses. We've got a whole family of kangaroos. Kangaroos love that. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are now stage 2. I am so happy with the car. Do I love it more than the M3 in there? I don't know. In next video, we're going to take this out and see if I fall back in love with it. I'm going to drive it hard and see if it gives me that feeling once again. Huge shout out to Mode and to Elite Euro Performance. They made this project come true, and I appreciate the support from them, and definitely check them out if you've got a BMW or any Euro car. Please consider liking, commenting and subscribing. Let me know your thoughts on stage 2, because I think it's worth the money for sure. It just changes the car, and in my personal opinion, of course, I recommend it. If you're going to do that and you're going to keep the M4 or your M3 for a bit of time, it's going to make you a lot more excited to drive the car. Anyways, until next week, when the next video comes out, drive safe.